Hey, happy Valentine's Day weekend, friends. I thought I'd shoot you a little video, give you a little wrap up of what's going on up in Annapolis, with so much of the media attention focusing on what's going on in DC and really not having a local paper to address and what's the follow bills and events that goes on up in Annapolis. I thought I'd just take the time to shoot a quick video. Now, we do put out a pretty robust newsletter, especially during session. But I've gotten some feedback from people, and some people like the videos, some people like the newsletter, so we'll just do a little bit of both going forward. Because this past week up in Annapolis was a really, really busy, hectic week. Started off on Tuesday when it was the first time we met in the House Legislative Chamber because of COVID. And this week, Democrats overturned about 30 of Governor Hogan's vetoes. There were some 3 or 4 bills I'd like to call out and maybe talk about a little bit here. The first was the Kirwan bill. Now, Kirwan is the Democratic solution for our public education system. It's supposed to be a revamp it. What it does is spend a whole lot of money. Once fully implemented, it spends about an additional $4 billion on our K through 12 education system. To me, Kirwan is just much of the status quo. Spends a whole lot of money, and what the events that's happened in the last few months under COVID really kind of highlighted the problems inside the Kirwan bill. It doesn't have anything to address, distance learning or behavioral problems in our school. And I guess one of the biggest problems I have with the Kirwan Commission in implementing this new bill, besides the money aspect, doesn't offer parents any type of school choice or options. This one size fits all education system that we have is really just not getting it done. And there's something just inherently wrong with keeping children in perpetually failing schools. And it goes back to the old adage that when a private school fails, that school goes bankrupt and goes away. And when a public school fails, well, they just get a ton more money. And that's what we're having with the Kirwan bill. So that bill was overrode in the legislature. The veto of that bill was overrode this week and will go into law. Now, the question is how to pay for Kirwan. And we've been hearing a lot of rhetoric from the last couple of years talking about how we're going to make the rich pay for it and how we can accomplish it with existing resources. And the first tax increase of the 2021 session was a bill that Governor Hogan vetoed last year. And that was the digital download and streaming tax. So what this does is a bill to expand sales tax to do your digital downloads. So Governor Hogan vetoed that. The General Assembly overrode that veto this week. Of course, I was a no on it, spoke out on the bill. But what it does is tax you on digital services like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon, even tax you on like educational books. Like if you're downloading your college books from like Pearson, or if you're taking a home gym class like Peloton or Beachbody, now you have to pay a 6% sales tax on that. And there's something disingenuous about this, but because we said we were going to pay for Kirwan, we're going to tax the rich. And but there was a bunch of rhetoric on the floor about this exactly. This tax, when implemented, it takes $120 million out of our local economy, and it will overwhelmingly be paid for by the middle class and people on the lower end of the economic spectrum. And I just thought it was wrong and wanted to tell you about it. 2 other tax increases also happened this week when Democrats overrode the governor's veto. First was on pack of cigarettes. You might be for smoking, you might be against smoking, you might be somewhere in the middle, like I am. I don't really like smoking, but we do have freedom of choice in this country. Well, this pack of cigarettes right now will be taxed at $3.75 in the state of Maryland. And that is just a competitive disadvantage, I feel, with neighboring states like Virginia that charges 30 cents a pack. So if you see the line on the bridge going across the nice Middleton Bridge over here in Charles County on a Sunday morning, Maybe it's people going over there filling up their gas tanks and picking up some cartons of cigarettes. The other tax that was implemented this week is a digital advertising tax. Now, this tax is supposed to be for the big boys, the Google, the Facebooks of the world, and it was only supposed to be for businesses that have more than $100 million in revenue. The problem with this, and why we chuckle a little bit about it, is that it's likely unconstitutional. Democrats have never showed a way that they're planning on actually collecting this revenue. How do you tax companies that are here from out of state across the internet? And this is the reason why not a single state in the entire nation has this tax. Matter of fact, the only place that we can find in the entire world that does anything like this is the country of Austria. So the fiscal impact on that was supposed to be about $200 million of additional revenue to the state to help pay for the Kerwin bill. But like I said, it seems a little bit like smoke and mirrors, because I can't see the state actually being able to collect on any of this revenue. Now, we ended the week in a really good high note, passed a pretty robust COVID relief package. It was about $1.5 billion. Should help out some small businesses, people that were on unemployment. Unfortunately, Thursday night in committee, Democrats did try to tack on a rider onto this that we kind of determined was a poison pill. It allowed $30 million of additional payments going to undocumented workers. Disagreed with that. The bill came to the floor Friday morning. We had a really good amendment strategy to highlight some of the problems with this. And we ended up holding the bill after about 25 minutes of debate, recommitted the bill back to committee, and Democrats ended up stripping out that language. So we ended up passing the bill. It was almost a unanimous vote. I voted for it. I think it was a good deal. But one thing that bothers me is the minority or the majority leader's comments on the floor that they were going to bring that payment back to undocumented workers in a more robust form and tack it onto another bill later in the session. So keep up to date. Maybe watch our Facebook page, and I'll let you know when that happens. Might be something we actually petition for and try to gin up some phone calls to legislators about it, because just disagree with that. We're subsidizing people being here illegally. If you could, continue, like my posts, share the posts. Facebook is still blocking advertising down for political pages like mine. I have no idea when that is going to stop. I don't think anybody does, but the powers that be on our big tech overlords that just love to censor people. So do your part. Please like and share. And thanks again for the support. And I want to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you.